Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Spilling Tea. I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels. We'll get to the JRC in a moment. First, brief disclaimer. If you're unfamiliar with the Stop the Shocks campaign or the campaign against the troubled teen industry, all pertinent links are going to be found in the description box. Should you like to do a deep dive, you should be able to go ahead and do so. Trigger warning, this channel is marked not for kids for a reason. I do use profanity, and when we talk about places like the Judge Rotenberg Educational Center, you're going to hear vivid descriptions of and catch clips of surveillance footage of people with mental health issues and disabled people being tortured and abused. So if you have kids who watch the channel that are 16 and younger, parental supervision very much advised. Alright guys, where we left off, IACC public comments. Now, you may ask me, but Tiff, we haven't seen anything yet on page 11 about the JRC. Specifically, we'll get to it first off. Second, though, what we're taking a look at is coming from a committee made up of several different service providers. Individuals who provide services to folks like myself. So, to do a deep dive and see what actual standard of care looks like, what it's working on evolving into, what the goals are, is important so that you can see in contrast what the JRC is doing and how far behind they fall behind literally everyone else. It turns the JRC's worldview on its head. This is giving you a strong dose of reality as well as getting into the JRC. Which means also this ACQ, ABA thing, there's standards and guide. We will eventually go through that when we finally get to our ABA series. So we'll leave it off there for now. That's going to be the series that may actually get my butt canceled, but considering I've been canceled since leaving the womb, I don't really care all that much, to be honest. So, let's get back on into it. Need for quality assurance and provision of autism services. Oh my God, yes. Can I be the head? I have experience with customer service. And let's just say a lot of experience with quality assurance is inevitable when you work as a call center jockey. So, sorry. Let me go ahead and read this here. Over the past decade, state legislation and regulation have increased funding of applied behavior analysis services when considered medically necessary through health insurance and Medicaid. In response to the growth in this field of autism service provision, in 2022, CASP founded the Autism Commission on Quality, also known as ACQ, to establish and promote organizational standards that improve the quality, effectiveness, and outcomes of applied behavior analysis services for autistic people. Which means I'm probably going to be bucking heads with them later on. ACQ's vision is for all recipients of ABA to reach their full potential through access to organizations offering the highest level of care. And then, of course, ongoing consideration for military families. CASP is actively advocating to improve access to care for active duty and retired military personnel and their families. It is critical that the Autism Care Demonstration, ACD, recognize previously mentioned generally accepted standards of care as well as applicable CPT coding that has been published by the American Medical Association. This will help protect against fraud and will also ensure meaningful outcomes for the autistic population, and the ACD is intended to help. We are regularly engaging with members of the House and Senate Armed Service Committees, but ask that the IACC work specifically address the needs of this unique population. Thank you for your consideration and commitment to the communities that we serve. So that is a finish-up statement from Miss Judith from the Council of autism service providers. When I tell you, yes, I've worked within the system, and it gives me a unique perspective on exactly what is wrong with the system. And Tiffany, did you try to change it within and without, outside pressure and inside pressure, folks? I don't like limiting myself when it comes standing 10 toes down for my folks. Not at all. They definitely did not see me coming, I can tell you that. But basically what we're talking about here, they want better quality assurance across the board. They want essentially a strong set of guidelines that is applied across the board with everyone. Rules and codes of conduct, if you will, that is uniform across the country. Which I don't agree with ABA. But an overall standard of care, that would be extremely useful. Excuse me. And it would probably help provide better oversight for the programs that are there. You know, like the JRC, for example. Alright, I know it's short, folks. We're going to close out on this one. We don't get very many views on this channel. The few we do get do tend to get removed from time to time. So folks, you know the deal, right? Please don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe. Don't forget to hit the comments, and make sure you're still set up to receive notifications. We are continuing with Down the Rabbit Hole and the Snake Oil Salesman series. We don't want you all missing anything. I do appreciate your time. And as always, folks, we here at Spilling Tea do hope you have a good one. I will see you all next time. Bye-bye, everyone.